Welcome to the Detroit Sports Room, your home for Detroit sports news and information. Now, here's Jim.
Hey there, this is brand new. This is the Red Wings portion of the Detroit Sports Room, and I wanted to talk today about a little introduction to myself. You guys know me from the Detroit Lions talk and all that, but I also am an avid hockey fan. I've been a hockey fan since I was 6 years old. My dad used to bring me down to the rink since I was 6. It's crazy because I come from Muskegon, Michigan, so LC Walker Arena. Lots of people have been through here hockey-wise, but I started my journey at 6. So we are going to talk about the Red Wings. We are going to talk about the thumbnail. I wasn't trying to mislead you. I just want to tell you a little bit more about myself. So grew up on hockey, grew up on Red Wings hockey, was there before Yzerman. So I knew the Red Wings when they were the Dead Things. I knew them through the Russian 5 and the 11 championships, 11 Stanley Cups. A great run, but now we're at the other end of it. We're kind of at the Dead Thing stage again, and who's back to rescue us from the bottom of the NHL again? But Steve Yzerman. I totally believe in this guy. When he was first drafted, he was 18, something like that, I believe. I can't remember. But he was really, really good, and we could see how good he was. And the Red Wings didn't flourish right away under him, but you could see the changes coming. And he was the leader. He eventually became the captain, and I think he's the man to captain us back to the Stanley Cup. But that being said, the title of the video says it all. The lottery screw job definitely was that. Detroit was the last team in the NHL. They deserved the number 1 pick. They changed the lottery on us. It truly is Detroit versus everybody. I'm so sick and tired of Detroit teams getting screwed. They got the 4th overall pick. Yes, they are going to get a very good player, but they're not going to get LaFerriere, that kid. I'm sorry, I might have pronounced his name wrong, but a difference maker. I mean, an Yzerman. A person that, and you could see in the press conference, it wasn't that, he's a no excuses kind of guy, and he didn't want to go out and say it, but he did say one thing that I thought was pretty telling. He said, "It doesn't surprise me," and it shouldn't. We're from Detroit. It shouldn't surprise us that we have all this crap that happens to us. Look at the Lions. Look at the Pistons. Look at the Red Wings. All of us. Even though the Red Wings have had 11 Stanley Cups, they did not. I don't believe the league has helped them. The penalties were terrible and helped teams get back into games where we should have won them. And it's just a lot of bad stuff, bad calls, And I'm not a person that's going to worry about it or cry about it or whatever. I think we have potential to have a good team. In the future, this is a rebuild, full-on rebuild, and I think that this year we'll see more of the same. I mean, I'd like to see Mort Seider up this year. Of course I would. But he's a young kid. He did really well in Grand Rapids. I look forward to him coming to Detroit. 6'3". I mean, the dude can play hockey. I mean, he does not play like a rookie. I watched a few of his games, and he does not play like a rookie. So I'm very, very happy with him. Veleno, I'm not real sure about. Some of the other younger guys, so far, I don't know yet. We just don't know. But you build your team through the draft. You build your team through star players that you get through the draft. He did it in Tampa Bay. He traded for players that were kind of outcasts and high-level players, and built that Tampa Bay team up. And I think that's what he's going to do here too. It has to be different. Ken Holland had a certain way of doing things, and he would give up a lot of draft capital each and every trade deadline because he could get players like Chris Chelios. He could get players, just big-name players that would come in and help us, not at the trade deadline, but getting Dominic Hasek and getting, all these players that came here, Lang, and I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Cicerelli, I think it was Cicerelli. No, maybe not. Chelios, that's who I was thinking of. Chris Chelios, just a bunch of star players that he would get every year, and that's how we built our team. We had young draft picks like Pavel Datsyuk. We had young draft picks like Hendrik Zetterberg, and we had Nick Lindstrom, which really, those guys, outperformed where they were drafted. So we had a pretty good track record of that. But my problem is that he, I don't think he adjusted well to when the hard cap came into play. And I think that was about the end for Ken Holland. Just my opinion, but I think that was kind of the end for Ken Holland. And I think Yzerman has a better handle on that type of a situation. So we'll wait and see. But it's not like he's just the hometown hero. It's not just like he's the captain or the guy that got his jersey retired as a player. This guy has done it in Tampa Bay. He's been the general manager there for a while. He drafted defense first, which is something we sorely needed in Mort Seider, and I think he's going to be a good one. Like I said, I'm not sold on some of the other ones. I'm not, and it was still from the Ken Holland era. I'm not sure they're going to pan out. I don't know. We have a nice young core. I like Tyler Bertuzzi, Anthony Mantha right now. There's a lot of Hronek I kind of like defensively. There's just a lot of guys out there that are from Grand Rapids that are continue to come up as we they get developed. And that's what we need to have is we need to have patience because it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while before they're going to be full-blown 100% stars. Even Larkin is up and down right now. And there's a lot of controversy with Dylan Larkin, who I like as a player. But these individual players are not going to make the team championship team. You need horses in the NHL. You need good defensemen, you need great goaltending, and you need some really good forward play. And right now, we're not there in any phase of the game. So we got to be patient. We have to accumulate draft picks. That is the way to go. The more we get, the more that could possibly pan out for us. Because it's like playing the lottery sometimes with draft picks. You never know. You just never know. Philip Zadina, another guy that he has all the hype in the world, but when I watch the guy, and he has some really good moves. He has a sniper type of shot, but he just hasn't put it all together for me, even in Grand Rapids. I don't think he was. I didn't watch every game with him, but I do know that he has not performed at the level that he wanted. And he's disappointed himself because he felt like he was supposed to be on the Red Wings roster like day one. So there might be a little bit of a mental thing going on there too, So he's a young guy and he feels like he should be up on the big team. And, who knows? Maybe if we give him a chance up there, he plays better. I don't know that. But I'm hoping that's the case. Veleno seems like a decent enough center. We'll see how he pans out in the NHL. I haven't seen him up there much, so we'll see. We'll see if he gets his shot this year. I think he has another year of eligibility for Grand Rapids, so I think that's where he'll stay. It just depends on his eligibility, where they have to keep him or they can send him down, and they don't have to waive him when they send him down. That's the whole key to all these young people now with the rules the way they are. But that being said, I want to go and address this one more time about the lottery screw job, and that's what I call it, because the Pistons go through this too. The Pistons only had one time they've moved up in the lottery. I believe that's true. And they either stay the same or move down. The Red Wings should have had the number one pick, and then they changed the rules on them, number one. And then the next thing they do is that they pick a playoff team. The first playoff team out of the playoffs gets the first draft pick overall. That's so much crap. We should be up in arms right now, the way they've treated us. It's crap, and we all know it's crap. But what do you do? What do you do? I can't really complain, but yet I don't want to go here and say, oh yeah, everything's fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine to screw my teams all the time. Get sick and tired of it. Here at the Detroit Sports Room, we are going to address officiating. We're going to address the Lions getting screwed all the time, the Pistons getting screwed all the time, the Red Wings getting screwed all the time. But you know what? you know what? It's not that bad. I mean, I think the Red Wings are on the rebuild. I think the Red Wings are going to be up and coming. They know how to win. They know how to put a winner together. It's been a little while, but I feel like they had to break the streak of being in the playoffs because you just don't want to be in the first round of the playoffs and get knocked out every year. You know, there's a certain point where you have to rebuild, and that's true of a lot of teams. But just stick with them. I think they're probably, this really is going to sound bad, they probably have the best chance of all 4 franchises of actually making something out of themselves. Because they've done it before. They're a proven winner. 11 Stanley Cups don't lie. So they are a winner. They will be a winner. Be patient, folks. I got to make an announcement at the end of this. We have the first Offside show coming up on July 11th at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. Got nothing else to do on the Saturday with all this stuff going on. You have to stay at home. Why not tune in for some Red Wings talk? We'll hopefully have some special guests and stuff like that. So we're hoping that you will be here to join us. And I appreciate you listening to the first Red Wings video that we've done here at the Detroit Sports Room. Appreciate y'all, and you have a wonderful day. I am